Okay, I'm titling this video Responsibility. This is the Cavalry. This is just to give you an idea of, what it's like, in terms of dealing with, a particular type of African American woman and why brothers are out here just absolutely complaining, especially when you have women like Sherri Shepherd and plenty of other women, including Whoopi Goldberg, pretty much running their mouths, speaking a bunch of lies, and they put a whole lot on African American men, and a whole lot of accusations that shouldn't be placed upon African American men. That actually should be placed upon the African American women who are birthing all these children with multiple fathers. But this story in particular was sent by Matless X. So let me go ahead and read it to you. Stripped out. But it's about responsibility and who has to accept the responsibility, and will African American women, when they get into trouble, do they accept the responsibility on themselves or do they blame everybody else? So let's get started. And this is the Cavalry. From the start, Angel Adams has blamed the system. The government hasn't given her enough food or money to deal with her 15 children, she says. Last week, she and 12 of those children, ranging from 11 years to 6 months, were living in a motel room with little food and dirty clothes. So the government helped even more. The Department of Children and Families has arranged for temporary housing, rent-free, in a 6-bedroom home. Hillsborough Kids, Inc. paid more than $6,000 she owes to the Tampa Housing Authority. And the authority cut short a 5-year ban on Adams so she could move in to the new home. The kids have new clothes and shoes. On Monday, Adams was told to quit complaining and to start helping herself. The mother has been less than gracious in accepting any of the help that Hillsborough Kids has been providing, Nick Cox, regional director for DCF, said Monday. In fact, I think there has been a certain level of anger that she has exhibited to them, not to mention the sheriff's office. Cox's comments came at a status hearing for the family before Hillsborough Circuit Court Judge Tracy Sheehan, the 28th hearing in less than 2 years. Cox, a former prosecutor, said the government is involved in the case only because the children need more help than their mother has given them. We're not here to start giving her handouts, Cox said. We're not here to provide for her. We're not here to provide her a house that she wants or anything like that. We're here to help and support and take care of the children. Adams has come under heavy public criticism for both circumstances and her attitude. She doesn't have a job, and her children were fathered by 3 different men. Her children were taken from her 2 years ago after neglect accusations, but the family was reunited 6 months ago. Cox said Adams' children seem well adjusted. However, she hasn't been able to provide for them until the point last week when we found them in a motel room. And I think the mom needs to realize she needs to stop complaining about people trying to help her and start cooperating. The judge reiterated that theme. Sheehan sternly told Adams that the case would never have come to court if she had acted more responsibly. Now, what have brothers been trying to say? Sisters need to be a hell of a lot more responsible and accept their responsibilities. But now it's come down to the courts. This case came into our care because they were living in a home without power, with a situation where the kids were not getting their medicines and where the kids were not being fed, Sheehan said. All we have ever asked of Miss Adams was to get a roof over her head so that we could allow her to go on and raise her children. And we know, ma'am, you don't want us to be in your lives. I understand. We have not, though, been able to check out because we know that you are one step away from living on the street. If child welfare workers and the judge were sending a message, it did not seem to be received. Now, that should sound familiar to you, brothers. Message not received from the sisterhood. But they still want to complain about you. But they ain't listening. But it's okay. I'm going to continue. Interviewed after the hearing, Adams said that the government has continuously uprooted her children and has been heckling and harassing her. As for Cox's comments that she should be grateful, she said she is appreciative of the help in recent days, but the government should have done more before that. Everything he has said is a bunch of bull. So right there, here's a mother of 15 kids, irresponsible as hell, and ain't accepting one drop of responsibility. So let me ask y'all a question. How do you expect an African American woman with one child to accept responsibility if an African American woman of 15 children and 3 different baby daddies won't accept the responsibility? Yeah. And it makes you think again about all those women sitting up here talking about a real man will come in and take care of a woman and, 5 kids that ain't his. Well, you could be one of those 3 men with 15 children. Now you can kind of tell that one man had 5, the other man had 5. And then after that, a third fool came in and 5 more. 3 times 5 is what? 15. Yeah. I know I am preaching to the choir. But let me tell you, there are some stupid ass men out here who think that this is okay. She chose the 3 men that she dealt with. Don't let the women or any of these men, the pathetic arms of the sisterhood, confuse you. These women have choices. It's 2010. It takes 9 months to produce a baby. And if I understand it, on that 9th month, in terms of having the child, is not necessarily a pleasurable experience. She was able to do this 15 times. But yet, she can't accept the responsibility for her actions. And I understand that there are a bunch of men out here, well, at least one, who believe that basically women are children and they can't control their legs and they can't control how and when they give birth. And I say that's pretty crazy. Regardless of that, it's just the fact that even in this circumstance, and I've dealt with this before myself, where, these women are going to continue to lie, they're going to continue to spin, and they're going to continue to put it on someone else. I mean, straight up. I mean, you can look at the last lines of this post, and you get the picture. Interviewed after the hearing, Adams said the government has continuously uprooted her children and has been heckling and harassing her. She's upset that the government comes in because they have to help her take care of her kids. And to say, your kids need power so they can read. Your kids need, a healthy living situation. And then she goes on to say, as for Cox comments that she should be grateful, she says that she's appreciative of the help in recent days, but the government should have done more before that. Can we say delusional? I mean, you gotta understand, man. This is levels of pride, unbeknownst by most men. But all this pride wrapped up into the fact that she's a complete idiot. When you don't live in reality and you paint your own, and you want to create nights out of something that ain't a night, then you're basically dragging down the black community all by yourself. And I went on to, read some other information about, this woman. And, if you guys actually suspected that out of the 3 men, some of them were in prison, well, yeah, most definitely. I mean, the MO fits. One of her men, one of her baby's daddies is in prison. So she has sex with thugs, she has sex with jailbirds. No way around it. So, I mean, the best thing I can say is, hey, look, African American women, clean it up. You're looking ridiculous. Maybe you want to stop having sex with criminals. African American men, all I can say to you guys is keep doing what you're doing. You're not a thug. You're not a criminal. Find love where you can find love, and because it's better to have somebody there who you can wake up with in the morning time. It's better to be with somebody who explore different breakfast options. Like, hey, I'm going to have a Asian style breakfast this morning. I'm going to have a Hawaiian style breakfast this morning. It's better to do that and have somebody that that's going to love you and bury you if you die, versus someone like this who has 15 children and loves having sex with criminals and thugs. So All I can say, brothers, y'all in a way better position because you don't paint your own realities and you know exactly what you want out of life, and it's quality. So stay away from women like this. So to you highly intelligent, corporate, degree having brothers, this ain't for you. But to you morons out here, male and female, this story's about you. Enjoy. You are a drag on society. And for the sisters out here who got some sense, we know that there are only a few of you. Look, you better start to learn how to distance yourself and stop covering for these fools. Clean it up, ladies. Clean it up. And you brothers, stop falling into the trap. You're looking stupid. And so are these women. This is Calvary. I'm out.